They truly believed the dead empire would last forever. They were dead. Wrong. There is no guarantee that the dollar will remain the global reserve currency indefinitely. If you want to know exactly when the United States of America will collapse, you don't need to look at modern economic charts. You just need to look at Rome 2,000 years ago. History is not a straight line. It is a repeating financial loop. Rome didn't fall because of barbarian invasions. It fell because its elites discovered the deadly illusion of printing money from nothing. Today, Washington, D.C. is walking down the exact same self-destructive path. The hyperinflation of the 3rd century has become the $34 trillion debt sarmal of the modern world. Today, we pull back the curtain on the greatest historical mirror, the decay of paper empires, and the final days of global hegemony. Welcome back to Moneta. At its peak, the Roman Empire was an unstoppable economic machine. Its currency, the silver denarius, was trusted from the sands of Egypt to the borders of Scotland. It was a currency backed by real value, pure silver. But as Rome expanded, so did its global liabilities. The cost of maintaining hundreds of military outposts, a massive bureaucracy, and endless foreign wars began to outpace the empire's actual tax revenues. The Roman elites faced a critical choice: either cut imperial spending or find a way to spend money they didn't have. They chose the latter, setting a mathematical trap that no empire has ever escaped. During the reign of Emperor Nero, the denarius was 95% pure silver. But as the empire's debts grew, subsequent emperors devised a sinister trick. They collected the pure silver coins through taxes, melted them down, mixed them with cheap copper, and minted more coins with the exact same face value. When you increase the supply of money without backing, you aren't creating wealth. You are destroying the purchasing power of every citizen. By the year 268, the silver content of the denarius plummeted to a staggering 0.5%. Rome had engineered the world's first systematic hyperinflation. Today, the Federal Reserve uses digital pixels and printing presses to do the exact same thing with the paper dollar. The technology has evolved, but the financial fraud remains identical. When a currency loses its real value, it can no longer be sustained by trust. It must be sustained by raw military coercion. In the late Roman Empire, the army was the only thing keeping the worthless denarius alive. Citizens and conquered provinces were forced to accept the diluted coins at sword point. If you refused the empire's paper-thin silver, the legions would incinerate your city. Fast forward to the late 20th century. When the US dollar severed its last tie to gold in 1971, it became backed by absolutely nothing. They told the world it was temporary, but it was the permanent death of money itself. To save it, Washington created the Petrodollar matrix. When gold was removed, the dollar became a currency backed not by value, but by gunpowder. Through military alliances, they ensured that global oil could only be traded in dollars. But in 2026, the foundation cracked. By refusing to renew its 50-year-old sacred contract with Washington, Saudi Arabia integrated with the BRICS bloc, breaking the global petrodollar monopoly by opening the gates to the petro-yuan. The petrodollar matrix is being kept alive on life support. sustained by tactical military sieges from Venezuela to Iran. Washington's message to the Desert Kingdom is clear. Accept the unbacked paper dollar, or the modern legions will withdraw their air defense umbrellas. If a nation attempts to break this debt matrix entirely, the legions arrive. The enforcement mechanism has not changed in 2 millennia, but no military empire, no matter how weaponized, can defeat the laws of mathematics forever. Every empire believes its towers will touch the heavens forever. But history shows that the higher the rise, the more silent the concrete graveyard becomes when the foundation rots. When the Roman Denarius lost its silver, the stone bridges that connected the ancient world did not collapse in a day. They crumbled slowly, neglected by a bankrupt empire that forgot how to build. Today, the modern titans of smoke and steel stare into the debris of their own creation. The wealth was an illusion, printed on paper that the wind is now taking back. Look closely at the steel vaults of the modern world. They are not empty because the gold is gone. They are empty because trust has fled. And in the dark corridors of global finance, a cold, synthetic light is taking its place, waiting to cage what remains of human freedom. History does not repeat itself, but it rhymes. Why do we look at the Roman denarius and see the United States dollar? Because the mathematics of empire never changes. When a superpower runs out of real production, it resorts to the ultimate illusion: printing paper and shaving silver. Both Rome and Washington committed the same cardinal sin. They mistook their currency for immortal strength, forgetting that a coin backed by nothing is simply a countdown to chaos. When the illusion of wealth begins to fade, the empire changes its face. It drops the mask of trade and puts on the iron boot of tyranny. Rome did not fall because it lacked soldiers. It fell because its soldiers became tax collectors, forcing its provinces into submission. Today, the modern empire does not send legions. It sends sanction codes, petrodollar blackmail, and military leverage. But history leaves a cold, undeniable lesson. The moment an empire replaces economic trust with pure brutality, the countdown accelerates. Tyranny is not a sign of power. It is the final reflex of a dying organism. The mirror of time is clear. No amount of military steel can save a currency that has lost its soul. The transition will be seamless. The physical cash that once bought your privacy is melting into lines of green ledger code. The new empire does not need legionnaires. It only needs an algorithm. The clock is ticking louder now. The debt is insurmountable. The petrodollar chantage is failing. And the global shifting of power is no longer a prediction. It is a mathematical certainty. Rome fell because it traded its production for circuses and cheap illusions. America is printing its own epitaph in real time. The cage is almost locked, but those who understand the code can still find the exit. This is not the end of the world. It is simply the end of their system. Keep your eyes open, protect your mind, and remember the rules of the game. This is Moneta. We will be watching. The illusions of the old financial system are fading. The noise is loud, but the truth is silent. This is Moneta, your intelligence hub in a world governed by economic warfare. We do not just tell stories, we decode the game. Subscribe to the network. Secure your mind. We will see you in the next shift.